morning. Welcome to our 2019 Governor School East closing convocation and the happiest day at Governor School East. We will begin our convocation with our choral music students singing I Have a Voice by Mara Smiley. Our choral music students are led by our instructors, Gwen and Stuart, and our techs, Jack and Maggie.
Listen,
Convocation members who are set up under the tents out front are any of the representatives in the House. They spoke with your folks, your families during the parent convocation, and so I'll just recap that for them because they're probably outside talking to them right now. The Alumni Association is one in which you can belong to for the rest of your life. It's a lifetime membership fee of $20, and you will, in about an hour, become a Governor School alum. It is a way that you can remain connected to the people in the room with whom you are so deeply connected to in this moment. You can stay connected, activities, you can come back to Alumni Day next July, and we welcome you here, we want you here. So I encourage you to support the Alumni Association, who supports current Governor School students. They have supported your experience this summer. The other organization is the Governor School Foundation. They are the organization that is the fundraising group for the North Carolina Governor School that provides what our funds from Department of Public Instruction cannot. So all of the things that are the extras, which maybe feel like to you are just the things that you needed, but the Governor School Foundation is the group that allows me to say yes to your instructors and your TACs when they come to my office and say, would really like to have this experience for our students, really want to purchase this textbook, really would like to invite this guest speaker to our classes, really would like to take the students on this field trip. The foundation is what makes all of that possible. So as moving forward in your life, if you're able to support the foundation, I encourage you to do so. Obviously, they also provide need-based scholarships for the $500 tuition for the families that need that. Now, I have on the Governor School East website, I have a link, so you just look under the links tab. I have one that is about Governor School Foundation, Governor School Alumni Association, and also advocacy, because that's the next thing I would like to just encourage you to do, and that is to advocate for the Governor School. And here's how I would like for you to do that. Be an ambassador in your school systems at home, not just your high school, but your entire school system, if possible. You might be the only student from your school system who attended Governor School this summer. A lot of students don't know anything about Governor School. Somehow you found out about it. We do our best from administrative standpoint from Raleigh, from the Department of Public Instruction, but we cannot reach every nook and cranny of the state in the same way that you can. So tell other students about Governor School. Ask the folks at your school, your guidance office, can we have a meeting after school and I'll just tell of my experiences at the Governor School. And just spread the word that this is a really cool thing to do, and that yes, you should go to Governor School and you should apply for that opportunity. But there are also people that have helped you get to Governor School. So I want you to think about all of those people. So the folks that nominated you, that wrote your recommendation letters, the guidance counselors that supported you, maybe it was a principal, maybe it was the school contact person that then communicated with central office, who then communicated with the Department of Public Instruction. Take time to not only just say a passing thank you, but to write a note with maybe just a brief memory, something that's meaningful for you, that helps people connect, that Governor School was a real and meaningful experience for you, and it's important for other students too, and that we appreciate all the work that it takes, all of those people, to get each student here at Governor School. Then we also have people who are in charge of how money is spent in North Carolina, and those would be our elected officials. I bet they hear from a lot of constituents with a lot of complaints. But if you wrote them a note, the one who's from your district, not just all of them at random, but the one who your community elected, if you'll just write them a note and say, this experience was powerful for me, this was meaningful to me in this way. Thank you for funding the Governor School so that I and students across North Carolina can have this opportunity. And I feel strongly in this program, and I know you do because I read your exit survey responses. You want other people to have this opportunity too. And in order for that to happen, we need funding. So I think it's important to send that positive message of gratitude and advocacy forward. Let's do that, all right? today, we should thank some people today. That's what's important, and as well as other things. But we should definitely not forget to thank those who helped us be here this summer together. So I would definitely want to thank our Governor's School Coordinator, Tom Winton, and Special Assistant Tish Weiner. And I know that Tish Bynum is here with us today. There you are. Hi, Tish. Thank you. You may not know this, but not only does Tish work for the Governor's School year-round in the Department of Public Instruction, but her mom is one of the folks that works in campus security and probably made a lot of your camp cards. So we thank your mom, too. Tom Winton is at Governor's School West. I do know how to say Governor's School East. All right, there we go. Thank you, Tish. Also, would like to express our gratitude to our host institution, Meredith College. Most especially our event staff led by Director, or like we like to call him, Mayor Bill Brown. And the event staff, Jim, Eric, Peter, and Natalie, along with our GSE AV coordinator, Alex. Your graciousness, expertise, artistry, and hospitality have allowed us to flourish, and for that we're sincerely grateful. Thank you. We owe a huge thank you to our publications team, Robin, Kimry, Joe, and all of the students who worked on issues. They put in so much work. That office is across the hall from mine, and so I see the many, many hours, the dedicated hours that they are working in that office to produce for us the Quad Quibbler, the Blessed Space, and the GSE multimedia presentation that we'll watch together at the end of this convocation. I know. Please, publications coordinator Robin, staff, and students, please accept our heartfelt thanks for your hard work and your contributions to our community. This summer, we were also supported by our medical coordinator, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew. He saw a lot of you. It was quite the impressive in and out of the medical coordinator's office this summer, but I am happy to see you all here exhausted, but in general good health. So thank you, Andrew, for that. And also thank you to our counselor, Anna, who was here for us when we needed her. Thank you, Anna. All of us, most especially me, receive daily assistance and support from our office staff, office manager Linda and associate Grace. Thank you. Your Dean of Students, Allison, and all of your TACs have been with you every step of the way. They have helped you with the challenges of residential life, both great and small. They are the ones who prepared the residence hall for your arrival and then supported you every day that you are here at GSE. Let's give Allison and the TACs a huge round of applause. As we continue, I'd like to share with you some of my observations and feelings about all of you students here at Governor's School East 2019. I'm sure you can remember how you felt on June 16th. I know how I felt when I met you for the first time. A little bit scared and a lot happy. It was on that day that we recognized our task ahead, to learn how to be the best governors possible. And now here we are, after having experienced all those days in between. out of my eyes. You remember that first time you put the lanyard around your neck? Yep. Oh, I've got some right here. But thank you. Thank you, kind sir. And you know, all right, so you remember the first time that we put our lanyards around our neck 5.5 weeks ago. Well, in just a bit, you can take it off anytime you want. And your boundaries will extend well beyond Ridgewood and Union shopping centers. Even after 6:45 p.m. I remember that first Monday of classes. Many of you wandered around, looking hopelessly lost, asking me, what am I supposed to do now? It says on my schedule that I have free time. What should I do? And I would say, have free time within the boundaries. And many of you would say, but what should I do in my free time? And then what made me really smile inside when I said, you might want to take a nap. You just looked at me like, who needs a nap? I was trying to help you bank a nap. By Tuesday, you figured it out. You were off, ready to make the most of your Governor's School East experience. Now, I enjoyed the interesting things that I learned from you this summer, because I learn a lot every single summer. For one, I thought you were talking about the sunny island of Capri, off the coast of Italy, when you were talking about a juice pouch. I'm going to need Ryan's help now. Ryan. Where's percussionist Ryan? I need him. I'm going to ask Ryan to open up this chemical pouch of goodness. And I'm going to enjoy my first Capri Sun with you. Well, hold on. But I'm going to save the package because Ryan autographed the back of it. He can't open the straw wrapper.
I actually have it all.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you. You're so polite about that. Yeah. You about this very odd thing called the woe dance. I didn't know it was a thing, but as promised, I did my research. I went to the font of knowledge called YouTube. I watched how to do the woe dance plenty of ways, which I noted had over 1.4 million views. This proves to me that I am not the only person in the world who did not know how to do this, woe dance, and needed some instruction from Eli Unique. That was his name. It still is his name, as far as I know. In the 3 minutes minutes and 48-second long video, which I did watch several times, I learned about the woe and the reverse woe. Particular site, you might see it get to like 1.5 million or something, and it might be from me. Alrighty. I also learned that Rex eats a lot of apples. I shared 2 of my favorite apples with him, and he enjoyed them. I believe they were the Opal and the Envy, and which did you prefer? My top choice as well. I also learned that Barron invented a language. How cool is that? I learned that Manny's greeting is hello really fast. I learned about your hometowns, listening to you as you met up with each other outside of Andrew's office at the map where you put your push pins. I love just overhearing you talk about your hometowns and meeting each other. I saw pictures of your pets at home during our wonderful pet therapy electives. I got to know their names and all of their little fun tricks that they do. It was so much fun to hear your infectious laughter in Belk and witness your exemplary manners as you thank the staff each day. Just last night at your semi-formal, I was talking to the folks that work in the dining hall, and once again, they just commented on how much they appreciated your great manners and how many times you thanked them over the summer. It was noticed and appreciated. Thank you. I also learned about Belk dining tips led by Allison and many of you. They were always inspiring, but I confess I never tried that whole burger and a pizza wrap. I did have a wonderful time tying fairy hair. I only regret that if you came by my office to get fairy hair and the fairy hair shop was closed for Governor School Business, that we weren't able to share a fairy hair moment. I would also like to point out, though, that most of you had no idea what fairy hair was, and you noticed that I had a little sparkly that wasn't my natural sparkly gray. That was the add-on sparkly that actually Andrew tied in, and you got curious about it, and I tied it in one person's hair, and then pretty soon it was 10 and 20 and 50 and probably somewhere around 100, and I overheard some students saying that it was a trend, and I said, you mean you let your 57-year-old site director start a trend with teenage people? Yay! I have to say, I love that a lot. Now, this summer, I know many of you best by the tops of your heads and the thickness of the strand of your hair. If I happen to be in your hometown and our paths cross, you're probably going to have to duck your head down and say, remember me? I'm sizzling purple. But purple is not universally loved because I also learned that you don't like the purple freeze pops. Purple is all that's left over, right? I learned in Laurie's math class that I can be in 2 places at one time, so I just need to stop making excuses. Convocation. So we'll have to put this idea to the test when it's all said and done. We're going to have to see where that magic point ends up. You all also had the very best tradition regarding Rise Up O Flame. We're gonna do this song. Ready? Rise up, O flame, by thy light glory, show to us beauty, vision, and joy. One more time. Rise up, O flame. Was during our bonus quad time. Over some overcooked mac and cheese. So I know we learned some important lessons here, such as read the cooking instructions and stay with your food when you're microwaving. Perhaps even more importantly, we learned that when there are storms, we stay indoors and do not take shelter under trees. Yesterday, when the storms were raging, I so badly wanted to send a reminder that just said, storms, trees. But oh no, Remind ended their free services for classes over 150 as of yesterday, surprise to me. And so I was thrilled to know that on your very own, you knew exactly what to do. Because in order to have sent that message, I would have had to purchase a subscription for $1,400. I know, none of that. So as I looked out the window, as I was safely indoors, I saw that there was no one sheltering under the tree, and I was proud of all of you. I learned so many more fun and wonderful things from you and about you. But now it's time to turn our attention to the fundamental reason why we were all here at Governor School, the thirst for knowledge and the hunger for growth as a contributing member of an engaged learning community. Last fall, you began your Governor School journey with your nomination, application, and for some of you, your auditions in January and February. Then came your invitation in March and your commitment to attend in April. All of you earned your place at Governor School East, and I have so enjoyed observing you at work with your instructors. We should certainly take a moment to thank all of our, first, we'll thank our Area 1 instructors, so hold on. We are grateful for the conversations you brought to this community, always pushing the boundaries of what we thought were the limits of our capacity of engagement. So, let's take a moment to let our instructors know that they are appreciated for all that they offer to our community, starting with Alyssa and the art students. French Governor School experience, I've asked several GSE students to share brief reflections. So we're now going to hear from McKenna, followed by Candace, and then Daniel.
My name is McKenna, and my Area 1 is Natural Science. I first want to thank Laura Sam and everyone else who helped to orchestrate the 2019 session of Governor School East. I think we all came here with certain expectations of what our Area 1 would be like. I knew that I would be in a class filled with people who are interested in the same thing as me, but I also thought the experience of being in class here would be exactly like being in a high school science class. Instead, I was really surprised by the amount of independence and freedom we were given, which I think can be said for most of us here. Some of my favorite times in natural science include working on my final project called Dilemma and conducting different experiments, because our instructors trusted us enough to give us responsibility, which set us up for success. Being in this kind of environment definitely helped me grow as a person and as a scientist. I learned that you don't have to hide the fact that you don't know something, how to communicate better with others, and how to work well in teams. I will definitely take these lessons with me as I continue my life after Governor School. I'd like to thank Doc, Dan, and Philip, as well as all the other Area 1 instructors for all that you've taught us in just this 5.5 weeks. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Candace, if you don't know who I am. I didn't write anything down because I want this to be genuine. So, coming here to Governor School, my expectations weren't what ended up happening. I was scared. I thought I wasn't going to enjoy it, but Jesus Christ, that changed. I met so many different people that I didn't expect to meet, and I ended up living with 7 wonderful people that I will cherish for the rest of my life. My Area 1 is English memoir. And Emmanuel, as I said in my review, Emmanuel is heaven sent. Emmanuel is heaven sent. Emmanuel is heaven sent. Please don't start crying. Him being my teacher, he made me a way better writer, because honestly, when I came here, I hated to write, but now I love it. He changed me for the better. Like, not saying that I was awful before this, but he changed me as a person, and along with all the other tax and staff. I love you too. I just want to say thank you to everyone for giving me this opportunity, and I'm very glad that I was able to be a part of Memoirs, because he always told us he wanted quantity over quality. And that's something I've never heard my entire life. But Emmanuel, his reasoning for saying that was he wanted us to keep writing and writing and writing and don't stop. If you started something, it didn't mean that you had to finish it. He just wanted us to get better. And I am forever grateful that he was my teacher.
Something that I love, and I don't think I'll ever have an experience like it. We're a smaller group, and some of you guys can relate, some of you guys can't. But I really think that allowed us to bond and form a special connection, because these are a group of 16 people, including myself. Well, 18, including myself and Harvey and Keaton, who I love. I love very dearly. And I know that if I ever have an issue, or I ever have a problem, or I just need to talk to someone, that I can call them, or I can email them, or I can text them. Because I love them, and they love me, and they made that very clear. Theater was an emotional roller coaster. We did a lot of things, and we spent a lot of time crying, which is like, okay, but it was fun. But we did incredible things, and I think it goes to say for all of our areas that we accomplished things we never thought we'd be able to accomplish. We wrote an entire show in a week. You guys choreographed dances. Like, this is incredible. Area 1 really pushed me. It really pushed me to make new friends, try new things, and just push what I thought my limits were. So, thank you. And I'm just gonna end it with like what we say, what Harvey taught us at the beginning of the year. Nothing to prove, everything to share. Thank you.
Thank you, McKenna, Candace, and Daniel. Next, we'll hear from Izzy Mara with her original The Happiest Day at Governor School East. Let's give it up for Izzy.
Hi, I'm Izzy. I'm here for choral music. Woo. My Area 3 class, we had to do a creativity project, and so for my project, I wrote a song called The Happiest Day at Governor School East. So I'm gonna sing it now. I got a letter one day right after I'd woken up. What I read told me that I'd be using up all my summer away from family at GSE. Well, I packed my bags and then I headed here. My parents looked at me, they both shed a tear, saying, "We are so proud of you." I held my head up high and I waved them both goodbye. Went to Jones and then got a campus tour. How many more convocations do we have to endure? Still, it was the happiest day. It was the happiest day. It was the happiest day. The Governor School East. It was the happiest day. It was the happiest day. It was the happiest day. The Governor School East. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Every single day I saw brand new faces. Found out I'd be singing with no tenors or basses. Got super confused in Area 2 and 3. But that's just me. I'm really confused most of the time. Well, the days turned into weeks, but the weeks felt like a day. And every convocation I would hear Queen Laura Sam say, "It's the happiest day. It's the happiest day. It's the happiest day. A Governor School East. It's the happiest day. Oh, it's the happiest day. It's the happiest day. A Governor School East." I know it's near the end and that's really a shame, but just remember, Brewer to yell and rise up, old flame. If you're sad about leaving, everyone just go. I love you guys. Remember me, 'cause I'll remember you. Because it's the very last day. It's the very last day. It's the very last day. Governor School East. No matter what people say, it's always the happiest day. It's the happiest day. The Governor School East.
jumpstart the conversations. I would love for us now to show our Area 2 instructors, Carl, Stephanie, David, Aaron, Kate, and Paige, our appreciation for their passion and dedication to teaching Area 2. Reflecting on Area 2 is Jackie.
Hello, I'm Jackie, and I'm here for social science. Before I start speaking about Area 2, I would like to say that I'm beyond grateful and forever thankful that I got to be here and meet everyone and experience Governor School East. Yeah. And to specifically talk about Area 2, I had no idea what that was. I mean, I talked to this one kid who went to my school before, and he could give me something about Area 3, called it group therapy, and then you know about your Area 1. And I got in there, and shout out to Stephanie, my amazing Area 2 instructor. We were going to be talking about some philosophy, but that still didn't mean much to me yet. But what I think what's so impactful about Area 2 is that we were given a space to not only say what we believe, but get curious and begin to question why that's the case. And perhaps with sharing our experiences and talking with others, perhaps that changes. And why does that change? And it's appreciated and encouraged at Governor School East to question and to challenge and to get out of your comfort zone and to be real. So I really appreciate that. And the collectives were amazing. I enjoyed getting to talk to everyone. The films, shout out to Run, Lola Run, which was the only film I didn't shed a tear here while watching. But I think a lot of us came in with this idea that whether internally or externally, there's this box that we have to be in. And in Area 2, we were really focused on pushing against that box, and perhaps some of us actually opened it, some of us are nudging against it, maybe someone's jumped out of it. And I'm forever grateful for that. So thank you so much to the Area 2 instructors, and shout out again to Stephanie. Thank you.
For many students, Area 3 was the class where they could examine their own value systems as well as hear how others navigated challenging ethical questions. I know that many of you grew very close to your Area 3 instructors and classmates as you raised thoughtful questions and discussed important issues. There are so many Area 3 instructors that I won't call them all out by name, but they're all here, and so I'd like to thank them all now. Thank you, Area 3.
Was that everyone told me it was like a therapy session. And that's really what it felt like for me. I learned so much about myself, not only from Harvey, but from everybody in our class. Okay. I'm gonna do that.
thing that I learned was that you're not what you're perceived to be. There's so much more on your inside. When I got into area 3, everyone kind of just thought of me as the really loud girl with a thick country accent who only wore pink. And while that's all true, it's not everything. It's not everything that's there. We cried a lot, and we learned a lot about each other and ourselves. And I'm really thankful to have that experience. And one thing that Harvey did for us on the last day was he wrote us a poem where he talked about each of us individually in our little circle. And one of the things I remember from what he said about me was that I can take everything I've learned here and take it back to my small town and change it for the better. And that really hit me hard. So, I think that's it.
Many of you shared your poetry this summer, either in poetry class or at our poetry readings, both led by our poetry instructor, Chuck Sullivan. Sharing one of his poems with us now, one of Thomas's poems, is Thomas Gesser.
In a wondrous time before humorous pass, my tensile tissue of a brain was posted under the MRI. A mass of pulpy tar intersected with chain wiring. The brain of mine was tightly configured, an exclamation point of waning vigor. Then I was taken away from my sacred belongings, mobilized to an institution, not leaving my longings. Swirls and sightings of bumping superior as I went to the Jones Auditorium interior. Learning the power of a book with structure, I've noticed something already. My brain is no longer ready to exclaim. Raging fires of light blue swirl maroon palaces. Daring the mounts, the brain develops calluses, where rhythmic dances of neurons remove their malice, trying my senses as I sipped from the chalice. Orange streams guide us blue in beautiful configuration, showing flashes of brilliance, sticking together while distinct differences distinguish. Fire and light together refuse others' extinguishments. There were two sides of the microphone, a revolving door, of ideas and people who wanted us to challenge more. Gambling against coyotes and knowing when to hold them, recusing oneself and calling upon us to run them, preventing our kidneys from being unexamined, arising constantly, exhibiting money being damaging, brandishing sensibilities revolving around imagining, demanding we spend more time reassessing. I suspected inside the melon of the body, my jigsaw puzzle previously solved, began to reform, began to dissolve. Sustenance required to foster such revolutions, options designed to suffice everyone. Complaints and fools stay warm with money, $30 kombucha and $10 honey. Conjoin twins within, Daddy Brewer van and string, come together and many fridges bring. Surround the oasis, listen to the cult sing. Enjoy limp hands from Biden and Beto's Spanish. I feel like my mind can't begin to finish. Films utilized like spliceosomes on DNA, Truman, Hunt, and Rogers in the astral plane, freedom, art, and 143 shed on me like a ray. Give, take away, and question pain. My brain slowly contorts as I spend time with my cohorts. Blankets shedded in moonlight protecting asses from all sorts of terrible green grasses. Or you greet your enemies with bowers in the chamber. Videos about God and classic aestheticism, maybe just a Japanese game show criticism. Claws away at my protective cynicism. Develop your ability to ask why, how, and who. Transcending Common Core, Area 2. Any particular reason for this development? No incredulous answers. A level of openness not seen before. Feel comfortable or not by walking through the door. That's what Area 3 is for. The mind drove for extra enforcement in a smooth electric car. Electives receive stunning endorsement, and they always carry me far. Ping pong, big sing, nothing but a thing. Hear the screams of the community chorus ring. Tie-dye, GSF, and foreign film series. Talking about it just makes us teary. The brain's perforations preferred like a sponge, soaking up questions and concepts of love. Even different, we had Area 1, where matrices performed extravagant tasks. The other science fought with a metaphorical axe. Drinking natty sign and discovering the good taste of sour tap water. Diamond glasses shattered like Run Lola Run with choral music whose songs weighed a ton. Pair of I Am in Dance, a symphony of realized juxtaposition, allowing us all to listen or view with great surprise as sounds of Saturday came and devil's fingertips reigned with bulk and belk, or galleries of incidental clothing and modular vibrations of French podcasts in my ear. Lastly, my origin, but my brain's barreling destination, where I started with stark inclinations. Poetry. How can I tie my love in or sin by not mentioning the revolution sparkling inside me? That's blinding hearing gears within, my conscious unwinding, reminding how I've evolved and revolved, back to myself and back to my call. Finally, some unpoetic thanks as I go through the gov school ranks, taxed to act like benevolent tanks, teachers to take our talents to the bank, and those from behind the scenes. Andrew saving me from sure death, Allison teaching us to hold our breath. I dial Laura on a Capri Sun phone, but I don't have to phone it in whatsoever. Disappointment from gov school I took in never. When I return to the time before last, reminisce about endings and joys of the past, I shall go to the MRI scanner of my stead. Notice the question mark shape instead. On my LED report it shall be read, the brain's colors have inquisitive red. A non-destructive weapon my brain has been trained. Let us all reach out, make a positive stain. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas, for a moment we won't forget. Area 4 saw the rest of Governor School, including our electives and our GSE organizations. Thank you to all of the members of our community who offered such fun and interesting electives for all of us to enjoy. Our activities coordinator, Coach Garrett, with the help With the help of our tax, always does his best to build community and to make sure that we have plenty of events in which to participate and enjoy. He's up and about early with students on track or playing field, and up late organizing our evening events like dances or just spending time with students and staff on the quad. Thank you, Coach. And thank you for your life lesson. Check your things. Thank you, Coach. Students will now share with us their memories of Area 4, and we'll hear from Emily, Everett, Caroline, and Yana.
Hi, my name is Emily Jenkins, and my Area 1 is Natural Science. Unfortunately, I'm not as graceful with words as Amber or Candace, and I'm a very ugly crier, so I wrote something to say somewhat composed. I'm here to reflect on Area 4, but more specifically, the activities within it. First of all, I want to start off by giving a huge thank you and round of applause to Coach and all the people who helped plan our activities and electives. For me specifically, electives were a time to not only try new things, but also meet new people who shared my passions and came from all different backgrounds. While my knowledge grew in Area 1, my gratitude for all of you in this incredible experience grew in Area 4. Personally, I found my home in the gym and physics classes, but I know that many others did so in publications, community chorus, playing golf with Doc, painting like Bob Ross, pet therapy, powder puff, dance fit, GSF, or any other of the incredible electives offered here. I found some of my best friends in Area 4, shout out to the GSC Hoop fam, you know who you are, and hope that the same happened for all of you. Whether laughing or learning, it was always a great way to build our community, and I think I speak for all of us when I say that our GSC experience would not have been the same without it. Overall, this has been such an amazing learning and growth opportunity, and I know that it is unique to every individual who came. However, I do feel that electives were one of the places that we could express our passions the most authentically, explore unanswered questions, and share our interests with others. So whether it was running in the Meredith Mile Relay and getting second to last in my case, eating popsicles in the new friend zone, or watching a foreign film, I encourage each and every one of you to reflect on your time and friendships here at Gov School, and more specifically, I encourage you to pursue an interest or passion that stemmed here, because you have no idea where it will flourish. Thank you.
Alright, so my name's Everett Blake. My area 1 is math. So for me, Area 4 was all about community. It's about strengthening the community that we have here at GSC, and again, for me, GSC is the community. The community is what makes GSC so amazing, and it's the communication, the connection that we have between each other that makes this so special. I mean, how many other people do you have in your life that you would cry over after five and a half weeks? Like, I mean, but okay, so for me, it was all about the connection that we made, and with such diverse activities that we had, there was something for everybody. We had publications, GSF, we had the community course, we had dance, we had everything. We had a billion different sports. There was something for everybody, and through everything, you could always find somebody that thought like you, shared an interest with you, and did something like you. One of the big things for me that was amazing was the open mics and the poetry sessions, and I'm going to consider the cornerstones a part of the Area 4 as well, because it wasn't required. We were allowed to choose to go there. And I think that's one of the biggest tests of a community, is putting all your hard work in for 5 weeks into one project, and then having the rest of the community come and support you on it. I think there's nothing more amazing than that. I don't think you can show that you care for somebody in a better way than showing your support for them. Like Coach said, support your friends, do what you can. So like I said, the community here is what makes GSC special. And I think Area 4 is where we really got into the community and where we diversified our community. And it allowed us to make connections with people that we don't get to see in our Area 1. Thank you.
overwhelming it was. So many new faces and so many new names. I didn't know what to expect. All I knew was that I was nervous and a little uneasy, a lot uneasy, and home felt really far away. But then I met my hall, shout out String 2. I met my awesome tax, Leah and MB. I love you guys. And immediately I felt safer and a little less lost. The first hall meeting seemed like it was never going to end. And I didn't get much sleep the first night. I was up late worrying about my classes the next day, the unfamiliar feelings of homesickness, imposter syndrome keeping me awake. But to my surprise, the next day was full of a profound passion from all my teachers and my classmates. Smiles around every corner and the sound of friendship being knitted into the air. I've never lived anywhere residential like this. It was a very new experience for me. But seeing and living with the same people day in and day out was so amazing and rewarding. It was all popcorn and high fives, staying up too late and singing when we were supposed to be quiet. Where else are you gonna go outside to see green grass and mosquitoes paired with guitar on the quad and laughter? Where else is someone going to ask you what defines a good life or a ravioli? Governor's School is such a special place, and it came with the most beautiful and wholesome people that I ever could have imagined. Thank you for becoming my summer of a lifetime and for building the friendships that we did. Thank you for accepting me exactly the way I come and for loving me despite all my flaws. Governor's School quickly became my libido and my favorite place to be. And all of a sudden, home didn't seem so far away anymore. So thank you, I love you so much.
Okay, I'll just crouch again. Okay, so my name's Ayana. For those of you who don't know, my area 1 is theater. So my heart's beating so fast right now, oh my god, but I love this. Okay, so I'm gonna be completely honest with everybody. When I got I can't remember if it was an email or a letter, but when I was told that I was invited to come to GSC, I think I peed a little bit. Not because like the invitation, I was stoked for the invitation, but I was terrified to come because my personality, I'm loud, I'm obnoxious, I tend to take up a lot of the room and a space, and I just was not sure how 300 of you guys were going to respond to me. So I was pretty scared to make new friends. It's kind of like high school all over again, am I right? Yeah, it was terrifying. But GSC has definitely opened my eyes that I shouldn't come to something like this with such a closed mind or with my walls up, because I don't know everybody here. I'm not even gonna pretend like I do. I don't even think I've seen every single one of your faces. But I know that the people that I have had the pleasure to meet, they're so wonderful. They are sweet. Even if I don't know you, and we're just meeting for the first time, nobody ever fails to smile at me, even if I don't even know who you are. It's really sweet. And one of my favorite experiences is my residence hall, and I see my seatmate crying, and Bantu's better than you, woo, just kidding. But my suite mates and my roommates are hopefully going to be long-term friends, because you guys were the first people that I met on day 1. Shout out to Ashley, Jenna, and Caroline. Sorry, you guys are real ones, you know, whether it be our late night tea spills at 1 in the morning in each other's rooms, or sneaking outside of our rooms, sorry Kimberly, to go to the other person's room, or our 1-hour hall meetings that lasted so long because everybody was trying to tell a joke that was not very funny. No shame to anybody, because I was the one telling those jokes. But the community at GSC is definitely something that I will never forget. Honestly, this feels like a dream. I feel like I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning and I'm not gonna believe that closing day happened. I'm gonna look at my clothes and I'm gonna be like, where are my sweet mates? Why am I not in my closet? Where's my twin size bed? Why am I on this air mattress, you know? So it's definitely gonna be a change, but I hope that everybody will will stay in contact I hope that everybody will stay in contact with the friends that they've made. And if you don't have someone that you're going to stay in contact with, hit me up after this because I need more friends. And I would love to give you my number or Snapchat. So if you don't have anybody, I'm here. Also, you don't need a Gov Love to be happy because my Gov Loves were the friends that I made in this community. Shout out to my sweet mates in the theater.
Thank you so much. I know that I speak for the entire staff when I tell you that we are all proud of you. You have fully engaged in our community. You've been stretched to think in new ways, create new connections. So now what? Here at Governor School East, you found a place to explore your interests and passions. And now we want you to take those out and beyond. And if we planted any seeds here, those seeds may take years to germinate, but we want you to keep watering and fertilizing. We had a grand time celebrating Chuck Sullivan in his 40th summer of teaching at Governor School East.
I'm not going to say a lot because everybody's said just about everything about what it means to be here and what it means to be community. And I'd just like to thank you all again and all of my colleagues for making this such a special 40th year for me. And people have asked me, well, since you've been doing this so long, yeah, okay, Grandpa. You mustn't feel sad that this is going to be over. And I said, well, of course I'm sad. Because you are a whole new group of people. You know, I never met you all before. And in my Area 3 classes, which sometimes seems like Area 51, and that's just the way it is. And to my poetry class, which was just exceptional, and I deeply and truly love them, and hope to, that we stay in touch. And over the years, I've managed to stay in touch with a lot of people from Governor's School. And I guess what I wanted to say was that maybe sometime, I don't know how long it might be from now, but you'll just be doing something, you'd be sitting, you'd be reading, you'd be walking along, and suddenly you're going to smile. And you're going to smile because you remembered something that happened here. And you have just marvelous memories to hold in your heart, and the people here who helped make those memories for you. So cherish that, and know that what you're feeling today, this is good to feel. It's good to feel sad. It's good to cry about it. Joni Mitchell in a song says, laughing and crying, sometimes they're the same thing. So let's think about it in that way too, because obviously we've laughed a lot at Governor's School. And today, and last couple of days, maybe we're crying a little bit too. So just go through it, and also understand that what happens here is magic. And you don't talk back to magic. You don't have to logically figure out why it is that you think this is important. You just know it is. Wallace Stevens says that music is feeling then, not sound. And the marvelous music that you all have made this summer at Governor's School is feeling. So love it, cherish it, keep it in your heart. And also, I guess we can remember that you could look at the person next to you or anybody else who's been at Governor's School, and it wouldn't be saying too much to say, you could say, I am one of you forever. Now hold that, keep that, and you have to work at it. You have to work at, I mean, Coach knows from sports, and I know from sports, that you don't get better at something unless you work hard. And that's true in anything you do. So remember, you could say to everybody, I am one of you forever. And when we leave here today, we will be going home. We will be going to the beach, maybe. I'll be going to the beach in a week, so I'm pretty excited about that. But try to understand that when we all leave here today and go our separate ways, we will be going our separate ways together. Thank you.
Thank you, Chuck. Our publication staff, led by Robin and Kimmery and Joe and the students who took a zillion beautiful photos, have put together it speaks for itself. Here's our slideshow.
just basketball this, basketball that. Here, Dad, I built this Lego. Oh, no, I have to go outside and
And then he
practice
dunked
free
it. He
throws.
dunked your Lego, didn't he? He just took your Lego and he dunked it.
He dunked it. He dunked it over me just to prove a point.
Oh my God.
I don't even...
That's where I've seen your face. Yeah, on the poster. Yeah, the little boy getting dunked on by Dirk Nowitzki.
It was all over the internet in
Yeah.
2009.
Oh, yeah.
For lo these 39 years, I found Governor School to be this midsummer night's dream from which we wake to find a dance of disciplines, a song of life, and an incredible sense of community. In the briefest of times, like 5.5 weeks now, students are able to bond with each other, bond with the faculty, and bond with being here. And it's a bond which means we're connected. And Governor School is really about connections. No matter what the discipline may be, it's just a marvelous, it's a marvelous fire like the flame that we have that is the symbol of Governor School. And by the light of that flame, we're able to really see that in the celebration of the difference and the differences of ourselves, we really find out how we are so connected in so many ways. What is it that we share? Governor School is really about finding the different connections we have in our lives among disciplines, among each other, and by the end of the summer, all of us want to stay. But part of the genius of Governor School is that everybody leaves wanting more. Every summer is the same, but every summer is different too. And I think that the fact that the students who are here work with the idea that what they experience here is not just for the 5.5 brief weeks that we have, but it's something that will last them a lifetime. The motto that I give them for, like in Latin, is non scale sed vitae, which means not for school, but for life. We are ourselves, we are each other, and we are Governor School.
As we bring this convocation to a close, I want to thank you for the opportunity to have served as your site director, because you are Governor School. I know that our paths will cross again, and when they do, it will be the happiest day. And I hope that when you do take off your lanyard, you will not take off Governor School East. I wish you safe travels as you journey to your other home. I know that much was said today, and everything else is still in our hearts. And with this, I officially close Governor School East 2019. I invite you to go in front of Jones and have your hugs but not farewells. The campus will close at 1.